if there's one thing having asshole neighbors has ever taught me is buy a gun, and make sure you have hollow points. You know what I mean? Just make sure you just never know. Because these people, whoever people it is, they be trying to think they on some gangster shit when they're not. You know, y'all really from the lands of no man's. And you gonna try to come over here in America, try not to speak English, try to disrespect the raza. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, bro. And don't get me wrong, I have mad love for all my peoples out there. Asians, my brothers out there, my Hawaiians, everybody. I got love for everybody, but it's just certain people, the bad apples of the bunch that spoil the pie. Why is that? Maybe you need to shut the fuck up and respect other people.
Mash Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wear Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Cervelli, back in the place to be, La America Superior. Messy ass room. Yes, I know. My shit is all looking like I live in a fucking zoo. Pero sabes que? That's alright. It doesn't matter. If you're here to watch shit in the background, then go watch something else. As fucking the wise words of somebody says, if you don't like it, don't try it. Or some shit like that. And, you know, I was, gonna come prepared, but I didn't. So I got to look up some of these topics that I'm not really familiar with, because anytime I don't know shit, I don't know 100%. Anytime you don't know 100% about some shit, they crucify you. They try to do you like they did Jesus. You know what I mean? They hang you on a cross, leave you out there to dry and all that shit. And I don't like that. You know what I mean? But sabes que? It doesn't matter. I'm just going to look up a few things real quick. Right now, what I want to get out of the way is, I had a great weekend. I went shooting with my pops. We had one of the rare moments where everything was good up until the point where they kicked us out. Yes. Why did they kick us out? Well, it's pretty simple. They're fucking haters. They're gonna hate. Yes, they're gonna hate on motherfuckers who do this shit for real. Not come with their 5 friends to the shooting range, talk about, fucking, you guys have like air pistols? No, bro. We out here shaking and baking, moving and grooving out here, bro. We were at the range. We had a fun time. My pops bought a new 22 Walther P22. It's cool. It's all right. It's nothing to write home about. Why? Because the mag release is horrible. I think it's a really sexy looking pistol. It's like somewhere between an HK and a SIG. Really nice looking gun. I have no quarrels about it. Besides that, the mag release is like atrocious. It shouldn't even be called a pistol, with the mag release being like a little safety lever on the inside of the trigger guard. Horrible. For anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about when it comes to guns, you could just skip like maybe 10 minutes, because I'm going to be on this for, let's say, 5, okay? The way I like pistols, I like a nice button you could just press, like a Bursa, a Beretta. What else? A SIG. They have really nice mag releases. Glock. That's one thing I really hate about their Gen 3s. Their Generation 3 Glocks are, the mag is like, you really got to be like, get up in there. It's almost some like a fucking hidden lever. Like you really got to feel it. Oh, there it is. And then just press it in. You know what I mean? The other pistols are really cool about that. You know, I really got to commend SIG and Bursa. I can't really name off the top of my head what else. We got a few pistols, but Cole. There's just a lot of good pistol companies out there that really make sure they know what they're doing when it comes to pistols, right? Not every pistol is gonna be perfect. Now, granted, this is just me nitpicking and shit, but to be honest, if I gotta break my grip to unload the magazine, and we got a fucking problem. Another problem we're having is I have the super dope NEMS FYL shirt, right? The gorilla thing, but the thing, I cut the tag off, but it's still in the shirt. Like they sewed the tag together in the shirt, so the pico is like really, it's like sniping my back. It's like shanking my neck over here. So that's probably why I have all this crazy energy, because like I have something that's literally stabbing me and might fucking put me in a coma right now. Going back to the guns, I feel like the Walther P22, they did themselves a really big disservice. And they did it because they wanted to be different. They said, oh, everyone uses a button, we're going to use a lever. Like if that, we're just going to break the time-honored tradition of making things just simple for people and just make things complicated, which I don't like, Walther. You have one of the sexiest, well-known pistols James Bond ever touched, the Walther PPK. Why was that such an amazing pistol? Because it was in a movie. No, why else? Because it's a nice little, prostitute pea shooter ass thing. And don't get me wrong, I like them little pocket rockets. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, y'all already had a winner. Y'all should have looked at the PPK and said, what can we do better? Not try to copy off other people and make something completely brand new, but not brand new to where the consumer is just like, oh, this looks like if a SIG and an HK had a baby, but then the mag release is all fucked up. And it's a 22. Like, why are you making 22s? Just stick to 380. That's y'all lane. Bursa try to come in and take y'all crown, and y'all just let them have it. And y'all made the P22. Makes no sense to me. Makes 0 sense. Walther, if y'all are out there and you're listening to your boy, the 380 is where you guys should just build on that. The Walther PPK, no other pistol looked like the Walther PPK at the time, I don't think, or I don't know. I don't know my gun shit, but if you ever look at the designs and shit, Germans make pretty kick-ass designs, just look at the Tiger tanks and all that shit, right? So this thing is really fucking my neck up. I'm like gonna stab somebody soon. Yeah, so with the Walther P22, we was at the range, and it's cool, whatever, it's nice, but then it was giving us troubles, and anything out the box that's just giving me trouble, it pisses me off. Like this rifle over here, I'm not gonna say what company it's from, but it was giving us trouble in the beginning, and maybe they call it a break-in period, but I never had a break-in period for my Bursa. I never had a break-in period for my Glock. Some firearms just are designed to come out the box ready to rock, and I like that. I really dig that, and I hate this shirt right now, so actually what I'm going to do is change it, and I'm going to cut this shit out right here. At the range, we typically bring all our guns, right? Which I think is kind of like what you shouldn't really be doing unless you're going to go to somewhere where you could actually be all day, not at a shooting range where they give you a time, you know what I mean? Anytime they give you a set time, and like we only had 2 hours, so bro, there's no way with like 9 guns we were going to be able to shoot everything. We did, but we only shot everything one time, loaded everything. It literally took us half an hour to load all our guns again. While we're shooting, they always give you like a heads up, like, hey, you guys got 20 minutes, make sure you get the fuck out of here, because people are always trying to shoot on Saturday, right? So as we're shooting, I had already looked at the time. I had already been watching the time, like, okay, like it's already 9:25, but I thought I had more time to shoot the M1A that we have, the rifle. And while literally I put the magazine in the rifle, put the round in the chamber, and the guy in them fucking fancy pants scooter things, he comes over and he's like, hey, pack it up, let's go. You guys were supposed to be out of here by 9:30. And my dad, he has another rifle in his hands, and he's like, what time is it? The guy goes, 9:30. And he's like, my dad's like, oh shit. So we had to pack everything, we had to leave. I mean, it didn't kill the mood and everything. Whatever. It was just more so next time we go, we definitely got to pick 2 pistols, 2 rifles, and just go, because there's no way we'll be able to bring everything that we have and just bust it off. Because number one, that's expensive. They're like the only place that I know that you would have to pay like 2 hours at a time, and it's not a bad price, but you go anywhere else and you could pay per hour. But then again, that's indoor ranges, and I hate indoor ranges because you're shooting with other people that you don't know. They come there with their 10 fucking friends that never shot a gun before. They have to like, you have to be around novices and beginners and shit, or you're around like dickhead wannabe militia ghost recon type dickheads that bring all their big ass rifles, and it's always, you're never like a whole like four doors down from them. You're always right next to those fucking assholes that have 5.56s, which is like, okay, 5.56, that's a bigger round than a pistol. It's nothing too crazy. It's not gonna bust my eardrums out, or maybe it will at a if I put my fucking ear to the barrel. But what I'm saying is, it's not a crazy caliber. But indoors, when you're in close quarters within whatever it is, 25 yards, pretty much everywhere, but especially you're right next to them, like literally a pussy hair apart, that shit is loud. That thing, that rifle, it don't have the way you hear it, like how loud it is, and the kick of it is like, to me, it's like 2 different things. Maybe that's because I'm used to 5.56 already. I don't know what it is, but I hate indoor ranges. I hate being around strangers. That's just always been me. Like, I kind of like halfway have social anxiety. I just have anxiety in general. So when I'm around people I don't feel comfortable with, or just strangers, or I'm in an environment and I get like these weird vibes, I'm just not going to go through with it. Like, I'm just like, okay, well, time to go, or whatever it is. I don't like sticking around at all. It's just, I don't know how to like deeply explain it. It's just, halfway it's a vibe, like, oh, okay, like I'll stick around, but then halfway it's like, I don't really even want to be around. I don't want to be around strangers or a lot of people or whatever. Like, I'm just wired differently, I feel like. And it's not because of the pandemic, and it's not because fucking the social media or whatever. It's just, I've kind of always, not even really always been like that, but ever since, like, I haven't had like too many homies and shit, I just pretty much stay to myself. And I think that's always what it is. Like, if I'm not with my homies, if I'm with my homies, I'll really be like on the lookout type. You know, I'll kind of be that Suge Knight, if that's a good analogy. Suge Knight just started a podcast, by the way. We'll get to that. But I'll always be like, if I'm with homies, then I'll make sure like I'm on my square, I'm on my P's and Q's, 1s and 2s, dot the I's and T's and G's and apple trees or whatever they call that shit. You know, I just kind of, I'm looking out and see what my surroundings is like. But when I'm by myself, I'm like, I'm real quick. I'm in and out. Some people don't even notice that I be around. And I'm around. I'm around my city. I'm really where I really be around. You know, some people catch me, say what's up. Some people don't. That's fine. I could really care less because I'm just doing my own thing. I don't ever see people in public and be like, fuck this fool, he didn't say hi to me. Maybe in the moment, but then I'm like, you know what? People got shit to do. People are like out, like people got their own shit to worry about. You know what I mean? And me worrying about that is taking away from me handling my business. So why even like front, like if that's like a big deal? Cause it's not, bro. I'm really here living my own life. So the shooting range was cool. I bought Call of Duty World War II. I never played it. I didn't even know it was 5 years old. I literally thought it was only like 2 years old. Played like the first mission. I had like a mini panic attack yesterday, and I felt like I was just tripping balls. And I don't know, man. Anytime that happens, it like freaks me the fuck out. Anytime I feel anxiety, like even I have like a little bit of anxiety now, but it's controllable. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Yesterday it was more so like, fuck, like I didn't really know what to do. I was on the phone or whatever, and they say you should be out in nature, deep breaths and all that, which I get, but that's beautiful. Yawning in the fucking podcast. So I had somewhere else I was gonna go with it in the beginning. of the podcast. We'll just jump right into DJ Envy has a real estate scam going on, Ponzi scheme type. Let me see. What was the scheme? According to Vulture.com, prosecutors claim that beginning in 2017, this is Envy's partner, Cesar Pina. His name is Pina, like pineapple, like, because that dude is fat, you know what I mean? So he's who lived in the pineapple industry, this big fat fuck, whatever. Began taking investments to renovate and resell properties in New Jersey and elsewhere, promising a 20 to 45%. Fucking neighbors over here. Ha ha, fucking dickhead. He tried to close the trunk and the car alarm went off. Fucking bastards. Promising a 20 to 45 return on investment in 5 months. That's kind of crazy. And these assholes never cease to like try to fuck my shit up. I don't know if you can hear the sirens in the background. There's literally like, I hate these assholes to the point where if they fucking like, I'm not even gonna finish that sentence. Pina allegedly siphoned some investments for his personal use and used new investments to pay back on old investors. What does that sound like, Wolf of Wall Street? Days before Pina was charged, NBC4 New York reported on multiple investors who hadn't received promised payments from the project. Pina purportedly sought investments in properties he didn't own, scammed multiple investors into paying for the same properties, and in one case, offered to pay an investor back in jewelry. Yeah, dog, if someone is willing to pay you back in jewelry, and that just lets you know that they don't got no FENDI, and you should really think about calling the IRS. I don't know why I'm fucking tired. I thought I slept in, but I guess nah. I'm always fucking tired, dog. And I don't know how anyone could sleep in, bro. Like, I try to sleep in, but it just don't happen. You know what I mean? Here we go with the fucking neighbor again. Why don't you tow this fucking car that's totaled, fucking sell it, and get like $200 because that's all it's fucking worth, because this fucking car probably not even running on no real American shit. It's probably running on fucking bamboo sticks and steam water. Dog, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way right now that these assholes... you gotta really pay attention to people who are dumb as fuck and learn from their mistakes, because... If there's one thing having asshole neighbors has ever taught me is buy a gun, and make sure you have hollow points. You know what I mean? Just make sure you just never know, because these people, whoever people it is, they be trying to think they on some gangster shit when they're not. Y'all really from the lands of no man's. And you gonna try to come over here in America, try not to speak English, try to disrespect the raza. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, bro. And don't get me wrong, I have mad love for all my peoples out there. Asians, my brothers out there, my Hawaiians, everybody. I got love for everybody, but it's just certain people, the bad apples of the bunch that spoil the pie. Why is that? Maybe you need to shut the fuck up and respect other people. I don't know why I said that right now, but it felt good and it felt right. You ever just say some shit and you just snap on a motherfucker and it's just like, you feel good about it? That's how it felt right now. I don't mean to offend anybody, but that's how we rocking and rolling and locking and loading. You feel me? Okay, so with the whole DJ Envy thing, he was arrested. Who knows? And then he tried to like put all the shit on his boy, like he wasn't involved in all that shit, which is kind of like halfway some snitch shit. But I mean, I'm kind of already tired of DJ Envy. He's all right as a interviewer. I don't think the Breakfast Club, especially when Angie left. Like when Angie was there, I didn't think the show was all that. They've had cool. Shit, I'm fucking having breathing problems over here. The Breakfast Club has had cool shows. There's a few that I like off the top of my head, like the Schoolboy Q interview they did after he dropped Blank Face. DMX, that was a really good one. But especially as of recently, I feel like it's just not going nowhere, especially without Angela Yee and I forgot who said it, but they were like, now you're seeing why Angie left and all that shit. But to be honest, man, it's more so like whatever. People are gonna dig themselves in holes that they're not gonna be able to crawl out of without a ladder, right? Or like a rope of life. And that's just, you got to put that on people. Like if you dig yourself in a hole, like it's on you to get it the fuck out. You can't like really like blame nobody. Like you got to put the onus on you. Like what the fuck am I doing that's not working? And just self-evaluate. Why am I an asshole? Why am I a dickhead? Oh, is it maybe because I did this? And don't get me wrong, there's sometimes you genuinely don't know. Maybe if you're like a halfway's marron or something like that. I don't know what it is. But there are times where I give people the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe this guy's like a half a momo. Maybe there's just like, he's just not thinking about shit in that way. And that happens sometimes, especially with a lot of ladies and gents out here that try to procreate. You know what I mean? A lot of people have relationship issues, and I feel like that's because you're not on the same page. You're not thinking about the same sort of things, and that's why things fall apart. Hint, hint, new album on the way. And my water just dropped. Beautiful. And I scared my dog, Presley. Don't worry about it. I need a drink of water anyway. Fuck. It's always something on this podcast, I swear to God. With the real estate scam, I mean, nothing good comes easy and nothing easy comes good, or whatever that fucking saying is. I feel like real estate is something in the long term you can definitely profit off of, but definitely it's not something like when the whole right here where it says promising a 20 to 40% return on investment in 5 months. It's like, that's like, everyone wants a get rich quick scheme because they're not willing to put the time and effort and capital into seeing things out. And it could be anything. It could be property. It could be music. It can be whatever. Like whatever yields success isn't going to come overnight. That's why like people are haters. People hate on people that have like, oh, like he's just lucky he was in the right position. But no, bro, a lot of people have really been working on their shit. Like the people who are really successful, they worked very hard to get to where they were, and they spent a lot of time figuring shit out. The Steve Wozniak, Steve Jobs, Bill Gateses of the world. They had to start things from the ground up and really figure out the nuts and bolts of the operation. And there's no 5 months did these fools become rich. No, it took years and years and decades of grind and hard work. I hate yawning on the podcast. I really do. Yeah, I never yawn. I'll be going through the day fucking like the Energizer Bunny. As soon as I sit down to try to talk to the peoples, it's always like a yawn. It's always yawn o'clock. Especially with this episode. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so real estate scams, it's like, my grandma has property and shit like that, and it's already a pain in the ass. I already know how like much of a pain in the ass it could be, especially when you have family involved, especially when you have like assholes in the properties, because people just like to take advantage of you. That's just what it is. So you got to maneuver through that shit. And, they say, I forgot who said it. It might have been, who's the guy? Warren Gates? Bill, what's that for? Warren Buffett. I said Warren Gates. Warren Buffett was saying how the real estate's going to be all fucked up pretty soon because of some bullshit. But, whatever, right? I'm not going to invest in any property anytime soon. Can we have like a yawn counter? This is why I need somebody who can edit videos for me so we could get a yawn counter. I think that was number 4. Let me see. What else is like some fun shit we could talk about? Because I got some serious shit on the way. Let's talk about these assholes who like riding their bikes in the middle of the fucking street. Now, if you're 16 and below, You could ride your bike in the street. I'm not gonna get mad. He's a little kid. He don't know. He's like a real rebel and shit like that. He don't care. You said, fuck everybody. I'm just gonna ride my bike in the middle of the street. That's fine, right? I'm just gonna put my music up really loud so they know I'm right behind them in case they fucking might slow down. I'm gonna hit they motherfucking ass. But when you're a grown ass man and you have your little fucking ET bike, you have your little backpack behind you, you won't even got a helmet. Oh, you might do got a helmet, but you're in the middle of the fucking the lane. And the thing is, like, pick a lane. You know, if you want to be on the left or the right, we can move around you. But when you over here dipping and dodging and moving and grooving snaking around between both lanes, that's where I kind of have a problem. You know, you're not on a motorcycle. You're on a fucking bicycle. Guy, get that shit the fuck up out of here. And it's always people that are riding around that know they have a sidewalk. They know there's a bike lane. But for some fucking magical reason, they say, you know what? I'm just gonna ride in the middle of the street and fuck who don't like it. I think that's crazy, bruh. I really think we should have like one of them, like, what is it, 007 cars, so you could just push these fools out of the way like some sort of broom to sweep their ass, like out of the fucking way, because I really don't like when people like ride their bikes in the middle of the road, you know, like even people that they're cyclists and they come with their 20 friends and they're all dressed like if they're about to like bike the marathon and shit like that. Why? Please, for the love of God, tell me why. Like, I understand if you're with the Mongols, if you're a Hell's Angel and you're with your fucking 50 homies and you're ready to rock and roll down somewhere down in Nevada or take a trip down or wherever, that's cool. I respect that. You know, I really respect all the gangsters and the criminals and the people that are down for the cause. But when you're fucking like, every day, it's every 9 o'clock, this asshole wants to be riding his bike in the middle of the fucking street where cars are supposed to be. It's really annoying, bruh. And I literally want to roll the window down and be like, yo, get the fuck out of the street, you know, or something like that. Or you know what I mean? It's just, I want to throw a tomato at some of these motherfucking cocksuckers. I'll never forget when I was making a left turn at a light somewhere. And this dude, he's waiting for the light to turn green and go with the traffic. Bro, you didn't gotta wait for the light to turn green. You're on a bike. You're not in a car, bro. You could go anywhere and fucking, as long as there's no cops, bro, like you're good money. You know, if there's no cars coming to you or none of that shit, like, bro, just go. Don't wait for a green light. Don't wait until I have to go right behind you. And that's like what happened this one time. This dude, he was making a left turn and he's at the most, a bike can go 10 miles an hour unless you're fucking Michael Phelps or whatever. And you could go 1,000 miles an hour and you put turbos on your shit. Bro, I was so pissed because I'm literally not able to kill anybody in a hit and run if I'm at this speed going behind this guy. And it's always some dude that don't speak English. It's always a guy that fucking got here on a boat or jumped over the fence or some shit like that, got dropped in via fucking air package crate or something like that. It's always them dudes that you try to be like, yo, like, what's your problem, bro? Like, what's going on? And they look at you and they don't know what to say. It's like, well, fuck you then, bitch. Like, and then you just go about your day, because I'm not about to argue with somebody who don't even fucking speak English. That's just the bottom line. You don't speak English, we don't got beef. So do me a favor, you got a bike, get on the sidewalk, get on the bike lane, or at the very least, stick to one side of the street. I'm not telling you to stop riding a bike. I'm not telling you to buy a car because you can't afford one. I'm telling you to just stick to the path, bro. Stick to the lane, because people gotta go to work. People got shit to do. You know what I mean? And you want to be that one asshole that's just like, whoa, you know, if fucking, you know, if I'm just having a good day, everyone should have a good day too. Like, no, bro, shit happens. You know what I mean? My stomach's hungry and I gotta eat something and I don't want to wait. I don't want to fucking wait. I don't want to do it. Nope. Fucking get me out of character right now on the podcast. And another thing, I try to watch my mouth and shit with the whole profanity and all that, but Cyclists, YouTube can suck 5 fucking cocks. Really, bro. I was thinking about it, you know what I mean? Let me get some monetization, you know what I mean? Let's get this fucking channel rolling where it needs to be, bro. Put some money in my pockets from all the blood, sweat, and tears and fears I put down in this shit. Pero sabes que? YouTube is looking for any little thing to demonetize. Oh, you're wearing a red shirt? Demonetize. No money for you. Oh, you like collecting Funko Pops? Demonetize. You got a gun? Demonetize. You don't put gel in your hair this episode? No, demonetize. You know what I mean? It pisses me off that we live in a world where YouTube just wants to be an asshole. And you know what it is. They like want to get advertisers and all this shit. And I get it, right? But like my whole thing is this is like free speech. YouTube is a big platform. Like you could put those stimulations. Like if you want no profanity and all that, put that on YouTube Kids. Like where they don't allow adult content. That was hilarious. Did you hear that shit I just said? YouTube is a big channel, right? And especially we need to have like a YouTube vulgar or something, or YouTube like uncensored or something. Maybe not like, for pornos and shit, but I'm just saying, like, I get that there's rules and guidelines. I understand it. I respect the rules, but I'm just saying, like, you're gonna take away my way of living and you're gonna take the food off of my plate just because I decided to see a few fucks, dicks, and bitches and whatever, tell these fools to suck a cock and bitches love sucking all kinds of fucking whatever it is. You know what I mean? That's funny to me. That's hilarious. I grew up on Joey Diaz. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But it just seems so silly to me how you can only say shit, you can only say damn and hell and all this other soft shit, It's like, come on, bro. I'm an adult. There's a certain way of talking. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Really. That's how I feel. It's always like, fuck you. I'm always going to have a fuck you attitude about certain things that I really hold to heart. So yeah, with YouTube, I don't know if I talked about that. I feel like I addressed that somewhere, but I really don't like YouTube's whole censorship and demonetizing. I think I don't know if I talked about it, but I applied for monetization and they denied me because it's not original content. It's fucking, what is it? Someone else's work. That's great and all, pero you're making money off of it. I pay for YouTube Premium, but not everyone else does. Advertisers are coming in and getting their check. Where the fuck is my check? So you're saying because I post the Hidden Character, shout out the Hidden Character, he makes great music. Starker makes great music. Aldovino makes great music. You're saying I'm getting demonetized because of fucking music that's not mine? Like, let me just get this out of the way, right? If and this is like one exception, but pretty much I don't own the content, right? So you're not going to pay me the money. That's cool, right? But YouTube is still making money off of that. So I feel like not only does it fuck over the original artist, it fucks over me, and it says, you know what? They're really awesome if fucking, if they can't make, or I don't know, they're really on some, we're only trying to, like, we're the only money makers around here type shit. I think it's crazy. I really feel like, buddy, you all right? You good? My dog's sleeping over here. He looks so cute. He looks so beautiful. No, keep dreaming. That was awesome. Keep dreaming. Keep on dreaming the dream, buddy, because when you're an adult, your dreams and your hopes are over. That shit is gone out the window. Everything you have ever loved and thought about life and when you were a kid and, dreams do come true, they don't. They really just end up shattering. I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what I was talking about. YouTube can suck a dick. I just think it's phenomenal how these cocksucker corporations try to come in and tell us what the fuck to say, what the fuck we can and can't do, how we can make our money, and it pisses me off. And anytime you try to go anywhere like Patreon or something, they gonna hit you with a 60-40 split or something like that. No, bro, I need my feria. How come? Because just because you made a website and you made a platform for people to build off of, you want to take a lot of money? Like, no, like 10% is a lot. Like, if anything, 5 and below. Like 5%, bro. All you did was create a platform. Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, whoever it is. All you guys do is give a platform for artists to be heard. And you shouldn't be taking that much. That's why I hate Bandcamp. That's why I hate SoundCloud, because I'm never gonna post on there again. Why? Because they take 15% off the top. All you guys do is make it available for me to sell my music. That's all you do. You don't help me with the promo. You don't help me make the albums. You don't help me make the covers, the artworks. You don't help me write my lyrics. You don't help me at all. Bandcamp, SoundCloud, whoever it is. Y'all don't help me do shit. But yet you guys are going to take 15%. You guys are going to give me a penny's worth of a penny or 1% of a penny off of one stream or whatever it is. That's bullshit. That's not cool with me. And I really do hope something like Ice-T, you know, he was basically he had an idea for iTunes before iTunes was around. He was going to break down geographically rappers, and you could pay for music. He was going to make iTunes. That's what he said. I really hope someone comes around like that and gives artists the proper money they deserve, because we deserve it as artists. We're supposed to be how come the top 1% of rappers are the richest motherfuckers? Share some of that, bro. I need some of that, whoever it is. I'm not gonna say no names, but bro, it shouldn't. There's something wrong with me as an artist, independent. I fucking get pennies on a dollar. I don't know how much I made off of Greenlight 3, but I'm sure it's only $5. But you know what I mean? Just off of streams alone, because I'm not a big artist like Kanye or something who has machines behind them and they just get his music clicking and clacking with the people and all that. I think that's unfair, man. I think they should share. Man. I think they should share the wealth. They could do it. They're just not going to do it because every corporation is fucking greedy. There's a bunch of selfish cocksuckers. And people notice, and people, they follow suit. People are real, selfish in that way, to where they only provide certain opportunities for some more than others. And, it's a whole social club game going on, and it's bullshit. I really think, a lot of the way the world works is bullshit. So fuck all these companies. All these big corporations, all these sellouts, all these maricones that just want to push an agenda. Bullshit, dog. Bullshit. Damn, we're already almost at 40 minutes. But I was yawning and fucking, we had extra shit, right? Okay, so I don't know if we discussed, but Judge Benitez. Shout out to this judge. You think he's from San Diego. I like how I put J on Google and it goes to J. Cole. Who gives a fuck about J. Cole? I mean, shout out to J. Cole, but we're not talking about you right now, my good sir. I just had a shitload of fucking chips and chicken tacos and shit. All right. So California law restricts the manufacture, transportation, sale, and possession of some firearms that the state deems assault weapons. On October 19th, U.S. District Judge Roger Benitez of San Diego declared the state's refusal to allow the sales of semi-automatic weapons violates the Second Amendment. So basically, he overturned the decision, and a lot of people are saying that number 6. A lot of people are saying that this isn't going to happen overnight. Well, it's definitely not going to happen overnight, but basically what they're doing is it's going to the 9 courts at this point, which means the 9 courts said, I forgot what it was, right? But the 9 courts ruled in favor for the ban. Then it went to Judge Benitez. Then Benitez overturned it, and now it's going back to the court. So literally, I'm like, how the fuck does this happen, bro? Like, how we're gonna play volleyball with this shit? Like, fucking make a fucking decision. I'm tired of this shit. I really am. I want a real AR I could fucking shoot without no pussy ass fucking modifications to the rifle. I really am. Why the fuck, as a people, do we have our fucking amendments violated by the fucking same cocksuckers that take money from these corporations that fuck over kids in Africa or whatever the fuck they're doing, and we gotta sit around like dumb fucks waiting for fucking judges, real cool judges by the way, to rule in favor for us? Fucking makes no sense, and it just pisses me off out of nowhere that we really gotta just sit here and take the shit like, oh, he overruled it, oh, okay, oh, they did it, oh, like, we really, like, why, bro? Like, this shit is some fucking bullshit. This is why I hate politics. This is why I hate politics. I don't like talking about this shit because it's all bullshit. When people, they say fuck Trump, fuck Biden, fuck Hillary, fuck Hillary's dog, and all this shit, I'm just like, yo, all of it is some clown ass coonery. If maybe I shouldn't say that word, but all of it is some clown shit, if you will. Like, all of it. Like, even like, shit doesn't get done because of $1. Shit gets done because of $1. That's the worst thing. It's like they want to make it appear like they're doing something good, but that's because whatever their agenda is, like, if it's good on their agenda and they make money off of it, they're gonna do it, because these politicians, they don't give a fuck about nothing but $1, yo. And you could tell. You see these politicians and you could tell, like, they don't really give no five flying fucks about this shit. They're really, like, looking out for the interests of their sponsors or to get money in their pockets. And hey, I couldn't blame them, but at least be like, you know what? At least be real. Like, if there was any president or politician I would vote for, it would be the one that'd be like, you know what? I do take money from from these motherfuckers. I do, there's probably some shit that I'm gonna make you mad, but you know what? That's life. I'm not gonna be able to change your life, but I'm gonna do my best. If someone said that, they're never gonna say that, but if anyone did say that, I'd be like, you know what? Let's vote for this guy right here. But at least he's being real. But no, what do these guys do? They go up and they promise you a fucking fantasy. Oh yeah, we're gonna end fucking world hunger. We're gonna make America great again. America was never great, FYI. It's just all right. It's okay. But great is like, wow, it's like the greatest and then greater and then great. We're like 5 more levels down. We're like, all right. You know what I mean? And I don't want to sound like a mean old America hater or some shit like that, but it's just like, you look at the hypocrisy, you look at the system, you just look around and you look at the way things are rolling right now in America and just in the world in general, and you're like, wow, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Right? So I already talked about that. I can't wait for assault weapons to come back. Let's make assault weapons great again in America. That'd be a great shirt. I'll make a hat. Nobody steal my idea. I'll do brujeria on your fucking ass. Okay, so let's go to this, cause maybe because I'm already tired of this shit already. So Suge Knight, right? He has a new podcast. And like, who saw this coming? Suge Knight doing a podcast? Suge Knight, he's doing a podcast from prison. He's using like his phone time or whatever. And I think I listened to most of the first episode, and it's cool. Like, I don't think it's bad. I typically don't want to listen to somebody on the phone. Like, the quality, I mean, like, I don't want to listen to a podcast where they talk on the phone. I just think it's like, what the fuck am I listening to? He was talking about some cool shit, but really what I want to see Suge Knight talking about is like chronicling death row and like how he was NWA's bodyguard. Like, I think that's a lot more interesting, I kind of really don't care for Suge Knight and like whatever is going on and the bullshit media around him or whatever it is. Like, I'd rather just see Suge Knight talk about his life through his perspective. I don't know if Suge got any books out there, but I really want him like to have the podcast be the platform where he like chronicles or at least talks about death row. I'm pretty sure we'll get into that. I mean, he already did, but like, you know, some real cool stories. You know, a lot of people hate death row because of like the bullying type shit and there was a lot of like maybe like extortion or whatever. There's a lot of bad stories about death row, but like, let's talk about the good shit and then maybe sprinkle the bad shit in there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Suge Knight. I think it's cool. You know, anytime homies behind bars, they do something positive, I think that's dope. And I really got to salute that, you know? How should we leave this off? Because I think we could talk about this next time. All this shit next time. Okay, I know how we're going to end this on. So, the homie Fendi Pendergrass. Fendi Pendergrass, he was a great producer. He's been around the community. And he was killed in a hit and run during last week. And it was out of nowhere, you know what I mean? We followed each other on Instagram and stuff, and he seemed like a really dope person, you know, kind of like down to earth. And it was just out of nowhere, he passed away. So the first thing I did, because I knew him and JBL were real tight, I hit JBL up, and I wanted to see where his head was at, and he was real hurt by it, you know. So I just made sure, you know, I just let him, like, I just talked to him, and, you know, he was venting to me about the whole thing. And the reason why I called him and the reason why I wanted to speak with him, because it reminded me of when Raul passed away. It was out of nowhere. No one really was expecting it. And the first thing I did was call my homie, and me and my homie were like the two tightest ones close to Raul. In my opinion, we're the tightest ones closest to Raul. And it was, you know, it was really fucked up. I didn't really have much to say, but it was a short conversation. And because of that, we're like not really friends to this day, you know. But I made sure to talk with JBL and just hear him out, you know what I mean? Like, whatever he had to say, just get it off his chest. I was there with him. So, Fendi Pendergrass, I want to do a Remembering Fendi Pendergrass episode. Just have everybody who was cool with him just come on the God's Hour, speak their piece. And I want us to remember him, because we didn't really have that for Raul, you know what I mean? So much of this reminded me of Raul that I was just like what could I have done differently now as a man, now as a maturing person? Just like remember our loved ones around us and cherish the memories, you know what I mean? So once again, peace and prayers and blessings and condolences to the family and friends of Fendi Pendergrass. This is the God's Hour.
Mash Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.